Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest celebrity news, reality TV, Jeff Lewis Live. How the heck are you? Hey, Michael Riley in Orlando, Lisa from Brooklyn, Kay Kitty, Amanda in Washington, Lucy, how are you? Please make sure you're subscribed and hit that thumbs up button, and let's get ready to chat and comments. Let me get that little thing off there. It always drives me nuts. Hey, Mary McFadden, how are y'all? We had like a rainy day most of the day, but it was so nice because I realized, wow, it's summer. My kids are older. There's no like wake up and, fix them breakfast. It's like I just wait till I hear them and then we all just hover in the kitchen together. So I just waited. I had a guy come in, a contractor, to fix something, and like quick, like he had to replace a keypad thing, a key ring of something. Anyways, but my time for him was 8 to 12. So I was like, ugh. So of course I had to set my alarm for 7:45 in the morning to make sure I'm, presentable, brush my teeth, throw a bra on, what all the things. And just in case he came at 8. And when did I get a text? Let me check my phone. It was very good. I love what these people. Oh, I've already deleted the text. But anyways, but he texted me and said, "Hey, my name is such and such with this company, and I'll be there in 20 minutes." I'm like, "Oh my God, love that." So I basically texted back, said, "Are you okay with my dog, or do you want me to put her out?" And he said, "No, as long as she's okay." I said, "Good." So anyways, got all that squared away. It was still kind of raining. He really wasn't into small talk like I am. I'm kind of like, "Oh, it's going to rain all day." He's like, "Yeah." Anyways, but I was loving the rainy weather because I was like, I don't have to do anything. I can just lounge in this weather. So and now it's, well, my shutters aren't open, but I think it's stopped raining for sure. But I just think about it growing my flowers. So I love that. Oh, Michelle is in Australia. Shout out Australia. What time is it on Thursday in Australia right now? Let us know. Yes, Raquel brought it up. Raquel says, "Can't believe Shane actually bought a proper condo." Is that what you mean? With Jeff. Now he's tied to him forever. Well, we don't know that. I want to talk to y'all about that. Hey, Charlie Charles and Scott's class and Heather. Oh, it's 6 a.m. Oh, bright and early. Okay. So we are in Texas. Y'all are 15 hours ahead of me in Texas, if I'm doing the right math. 3 a.m. would be 3 in the morning. 6 a.m. would be 3 plus 12 is 15. So 15 hours ahead. Anyways, okay, let's get into it. We're going to chat Love Hotel last night. I watched episode 5. I want to know if I'm missing something. Is anything going to come of this show other than just pure entertainment? Because at this point, I'm not seeing a love with anyone. And I don't care if, one of them ends up in a hotel room with somebody and turns the cameras off and the audio. I don't think anything's happening there. But anyways, and then of course we'll chat Jeff Lewis Live today, where we got some big news for, I think, Shane and Brogan. But yeah, like somebody else said, it might be a deal with Shane and Jeff. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of confused on this already. Yes, Medical Courier Plus. We chatted about that. I think no, it hadn't happened whenever we I guess I just chatted about it on Instagram, but I don't think it had happened until after we went live yesterday. But yes, we were chatting about it in the Facebook group for sure. Uh-oh. I definitely want to know your thoughts if this is a good idea. If this is what happened, I can't confirm because they've been talking for months about Jeff and Shane buying a condo together, but I think the plan is for them to remodel it and then buy it from Jeff. But I'm like, well, what would Jeff get out of that but a profit? Why wouldn't Shane and Brogan just buy it now on their own? Like, I'm so confused. Raquel says Shane should not mix personal with work. That was my thought. I mean, my God. Okay, well, okay. We'll chat about it in a second. I get all worked up because I'm like, oh my God, he's got to be making a shit ton of money. He now lives with Brogan, so they're splitting the rent, which is always a better deal, right? You feel like hopefully they're getting a better deal on that. But also, he made a shit ton of money on Cameo. So I'm like, how could that not be a really good down payment? I mean, how much do you need? I don't know. I can't imagine this condo is more than 1 million, right? I mean, that's a shit ton of money. Don't get me started. But I'm just saying, with two people, it's, they both work, Shane and Brogan. I don't know. They both come from money, or at least Brogan definitely comes from money. Thank you. Heather's reminding people to please hit that thumbs up button for our girl, Sarah, dear folks. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Wait, it's Amanda's birthday? Oh, I think she did tell us the other day that it was tomorrow, or maybe she told me this out on Facebook. I can't remember that. Charlie Charles says, Amanda, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amanda. Happy birthday to you. See, nobody will come on here asking for me to sing them happy birthday like they do to Jeff and them for the chili song. I was so confused about that too. That's why it makes me think that Jeff is the owner of the house and they'll be leasing from him. And then they're going to get, because he said that Shane needs to get a loan. I'm like, wait, what? Why wouldn't he already be pre-approved for a loan? You got to have a loan before you make an offer on a house, right? Nick James says, I can't believe he hadn't gotten pre-approved. I know. Or at least to know what you can afford, although you should be able to crunch those numbers yourself. I don't know. Oh, Lisa's so excited about the Chrisleys being released. She said, I'm so happy about the Chrisleys. I feel like they were my family and praying for a new show for them. Well, they definitely have a new show. I haven't watched The Valley yet. I will watch it tonight and we'll chat about it tomorrow. I think that, or I'll wait till Friday to chat about it because I do want to watch um, uh, The Deadly American Marriage on Netflix. There's so much to watch, so little time. I love watching my TMZ every day. Yeah, Hey Kitty says, and why would Shane buy a condo with his boyfriend Brogan? They're not married. This sounds messy all the way around. Oh, I don't know if you have to be married to buy a place together in 2025. I hope the best for them, but obviously we always hope the best for everybody, right? Nick James says, that's what I thought you did. I thought you did mortgage home loans. That's what I do is home loans. And it always boggles my mind when someone makes an offer before they are pre-approved. I mean, I guess when I first bought my house, I was 24. My parents had only bought one house their whole life and lived in it the whole, till when they were like 19 and 21. So they didn't really know much about the thing. So I definitely had a pre-approval and was told approximately what I could spend. Of course, I felt like it was more than I should have spent. So of course I spent less. My first house was $82,900. That's what I spent on my first house. But again, it was in the suburbs. Well, not really. It was in Houston. But anyway, so Raquel says, well, a realtor normally does not show a house unless you have bank approval, right? That's why I think Jeff is the person on this loan. I think he's the one getting the deal done there. Darla says, Dave Ramsey says it's a horrible idea to buy a house with someone you're not married to. I mean, I get that for sure. I get that. I don't know. Oh no, Heather says just what I've been talking about in the Facebook group. Says Todd Chrisley's boyfriends are going to miss him terribly. I mean, Todd's going to miss the good sex in prison, right? Oh my goodness, I can't believe I said that out loud. Charlie Charles says Shane should sign a friend prenup agreement with Jeff and his boyfriend. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I don't even want to say it to put it out there in the universe, but y'all know what I'm thinking. What if this goes sideways? Like friends, not even just friends in business, y'all. This is employee in business. And Shane is freaking 27, 28 years old. Like there's no reason for them not to do this on their own. Hey Vera, how are you? Like I get having Jeff help them redesign it at a discount or something like that. And I don't know, maybe even for a TV show, maybe for a YouTube show. I don't know. I guess we don't know any of the rules. We don't know anything that's going on yet. Raquel says, so basically Shane will be paying rent, but it's Jeff's mortgage. So what's the incentive there? Like, why would you just not wait until you can buy? I don't know. And it sounds like an apartment they didn't really want. They've seen it on and off since January. An apartment that's still on the market from January in LA doesn't sound that like anyone else wanted it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know what the incentive is, except for Michael Riley. The incentive could be that they bought it at such a deal, maybe that it just keeps going up in value. So maybe they buy it at a deal, but then if they're going to make money, they've got to then turn around and pay Jeff that money. He's not going to do anything for free. I don't know. I can't understand this. Uh-oh, Medical Courier Plus says shame on Shane. Mary says, I think it's a condo that they're both purchasing together. Jeff is doing owner financing with him being the owner. Owner financing. So he'll turn around and sell it to, like, I would think Brogan and Shane could get a house on their own. I mean, not a house, a condo on their own. I don't know. Oh, don't even. Oh, Charles, now I'm scared because Jeff comes to collect. We will hear all about it on the radio. She takes a loan out with Jeff. Can you take a loan out with I guess business partners do that. Mary says it means Shane takes out a loan with Jeff. Well, where's Brogan in the deal? Like, what's his incentive? Like, I don't know. Thank you, Deja Monet, hitting the number 38, the thumbs up button. Please remember to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you, Christina. Darla says, I am Nanny Faye without the money. LOL. That's Helen from Chrisley's. Okay. Someone talked me into this. Love Hotel, episode number 5. I finally watched it last night. Are there any real connections? Like, as soon as I thought Shannon was about to kick off Earl because she called him simple and felt like the other guy, what was his name? Adam had, this Oxford education and he's got money and he's more on Shannon's level. As second as I thought she was going to kick him off, she says, oh, I had a great day with Earl and we've got such a connection. We're back. He's my comfort zone, but he's simple. So I've got to keep Earl. And I'm like, but do you? Like, we can have friends, but you're on a TV show called Love Hotel. Like, we want you to fall in love. I feel like there's been so many seasons of Bachelor and Bachelorette and now Golden Bachelorette and Golden Bachelor, all the things that none of those people are out to even find love. They're all looking to be an influencer. They're looking to be on, whatever they move. Like, I just put 2 and 2 together when I saw a video clip yesterday, I think. The girl, oh shit, Jasmine, that's on The Valley, who's now married to her wife, Melissa. I guess she was a contestant on The Bachelor years ago when Nick Viall was The Bachelor. And I'm like, now Nick Viall is married and has this huge podcast platform. So was that his deal to begin with? Was to, just be a podcaster? Like, I don't understand. It's like a step. But these people are already 4 housewives. Like, I just feel like they're doing this and they have no desire to meet anyone. If they do, it's just all played up. I don't know. Michael Riley says, Shane and Brogan are giving me sucker vibes, which is interesting because Shane sees the deals. He's worked for Jeff for 5.5 years now, y'all, or almost 5.5 years. Brogan comes from money. You would think his mom or dad or family would be like willing to do a loan for them instead. Like, I always think family is much better than your boyfriend's boss, right? Uh-oh, Melissa says, bad idea. And I guarantee you it's $1 million plus. Can't find anything here on the West Side for less. Okay, so what are the rules nowadays? Do you have to do the 20% down in order to avoid the, what's that fee they charge you if you don't have 20% down? They charge you like a fee, which is dumb because if a bank owns you and you don't have the money and you quit paying, can't they just take your house from you? So that fee always drove me nuts. when I bought the first house I bought, there wasn't a rule in Texas that I could do that. But 4.5 years later, when we built this other house, then we had the option of this 85% loan, 10% down, and 5% other small loan or something like that to avoid those fees. Well, Nick James can tell us. So $1 million, okay, $1 million times 0.20, ooh, $200,000. Yeah, maybe they don't have that cash between them both, but I don't know. Does seem. Michael Riley says Shane is very blindsided by a lifestyle he probably will never have. And can they afford it? Because a lot of these apartments and buildings or condos, especially if they're older, have crazy monthly dues. Like I watch this all the time on House Hunters, and I'm like, dang, the monthly dues are $708. That's almost $9,000 a year of just dues. Now, granted, that covers, I think, a lot of your insurance, because with a condo, I think everything outside of the interior is covered. So that's going to be huge. But, and obviously insurance can get very expensive. Melissa says, Nick's buyout signed a $10 million deal. I don't understand the attraction why people listen. Is he that interesting? I've watched a few of his podcasts. They're very well, their video, the lighting, it's casual. His wife is there. He's asking a lot of questions. I don't know if he's super into reality TV, but he seems to record a lot of, or interview a lot of pop culture reality TV people and ask the questions that we all know, but he could be given the questions from anyone. Like anyone can be doing all that research. I think it's better if you're a podcaster and you're really into something, and obviously you're chatting about things that you're really into, not, something you're not so into. Heather says all of those girls went on Watch What Happens Live weeks ago saying that they were all going out on the town looking for a man. We knew right then that no couples were made. Oh, why do I feel like I missed that? That might have been. Did I see that? I don't miss many Watch What Happens Lives. I don't know. Raquel says Shane will always be his assistant. He'll be 30 years old and still his assistant. Well, it's not a bad job to be an assistant, especially the way Jeff takes care of you. I mean, there's people that have been assistants for decades, I guess. I don't know. Oh, no. Raquel says Shane is under the spell like Simone in Sirens from Netflix with her boss. Oh, no. Yeah, Kay Kitty says with condos and apartment. I mean, they're saying apartment. I'm assuming they mean it's an apartment building where some things are rented out. But to me, that's like a condo, right? A condo is basically an apartment that you own, right? Kay Kitty says exactly. Fees, dues, HOA, insurance, maintenance. This is why I'm stuck renting. Yeah, it all adds up. And don't get started when something breaks down. The freaking fence blows down. And the insurance doesn't make it worth it to pay for it, because with the deductibles, the air conditioning, an electrical issue, it's all crazy. Charlie Charles says, let's look at all of the properties Jeff has assigned with other partners, friends, family in the name of Julia Roberts. Big mistake. Huge. Big mistake. Huge. I love that. Has he had that with people though? I mean, the ones I'm thinking of was like I feel like he did business with his dad. I feel like he did some business with his dad's business partners one time on flipping out. I don't know about other friends, although I guess Gage, remember he would borrow money from Gage, and I think that's the loan he's kind of paying off. Is that from that? Oh, Sarah says Jeff is making sure Shane never leaves him. Oh no. Christina says, hope the building that Shane's looking at isn't an HOA. Is it bad to be an HOA though? I mean, I thought you had to be an HOA to, like, they cut the community grass, they upkeep the community pool, they upkeep the parking lot. If the roof blows off, it all is owned by the condo people. It's not them. So I don't know. Mary says the guy he started out flipping out with was his partner for a few years and they invested together a lot. Yeah, Ryan Brown, was that his name? Yeah. All condos have an HOA, Melissa says. And if they don't call it HOA, then they call it monthly dues or something like that, right? Um, Mary says it would most definitely be a condo association or an HOA. That's my business. So I love that chumps are so smart. B. Kent said, could it be more of an investment property that they could go in together on, but Shane and Brogan live there and pay the mortgage while they work on it? But what's the benefit to them? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's getting messy. 3 different people owning 1 unit. Okay, let's get back to Love Hotel real quick. So Shannon surprised Earl, which I don't even think I paid attention to this, that Earl had always wanted kids. He didn't have his own kids, but he had a stepson that was in his life until the stepson was 11 years old. So we don't know how that guy is now, but he's old enough to have an email, phone number, all the things. He's probably a grown ass man. And Shannon had her attorney go and surprise Earl by getting this stepson's information, which I thought was very ballsy because even though we're on episode 5, they're probably only on like day 3 of actually even knowing each other. And it took 2 or 3 days for her to get her attorney to find this guy. So I'm like, you don't know this guy that much, but also, what if the stepson doesn't want to find Earl? Maybe, what if Earl wasn't a great guy? What if he's moved on? What if he had a stepdad from 11 or 12 on for the rest of his life and he barely remembers? I mean, I don't know. I thought it was ballsy. I thought it was very interesting for sure. Ashley is like playing everyone. I feel like she knows she loves an older daddy that looks like the Ralph, but now she's kissed Ralph and it wasn't electric like it was the other day. So she lies to him and says, oh my gosh, I just started my period. And I'm like, okay, he had just told her he was ready to make love with her all night long. And so I was so confused when she said that because I was like, ew, like if y'all wanted to, you could still, do the deed. But for her to say that was basically her lying. And then they show him later and he's like rubbing her feet and she's like, oh, I'm getting really tired now. So instead of just being honest and saying, hey, I'm getting really tired, if the kissing was a done deal, then just, I don't know that I would lie either or I don't know that I would be honest either and say, but also I haven't really been on a first date in like 26 years. So I'm not really thinking in those terms anymore. But I can't imagine hurting his feelings when he's still going to be there. Like you haven't kicked him off yet because they don't get to kick off, I don't think, until the next day. Anyway, so she goes back and forth. She really likes the guy, Wale, also, but I think Wale definitely wants kids. Although it seems like if she would just be honest and like go full force with Wale, if she would just say, look, I had kids and I have 2 kids with my ex-husband and it changed our experience, our relationship. And now I don't want to go on and have 2 more. I don't want to go on and have kids, but I also don't want to prevent you from going on and having kids. I think he would say, let's see where this goes. And maybe he would even be okay just being a stepfather to her kids. I feel like she doesn't even want to have, he doesn't even, I feel like he was so into her, but now he's just standing there having to watch her go off with Jason and watch her go off with Ralph and bring, I'm sure he hears, I'm sure these guys are willing and desperate to go tell people, oh yeah, I was in Ashley's hotel room last night, like we were, I don't know what they would say. It's just, I don't know. You think he is? Why? Amanda says Wale is off a bit. I mean, I think they're so sexy together. But has Wale, is he the one that a couple of episodes walked her to her door and then came back to kiss her? Or was that Ralph? I'm getting all of these men mixed up because a couple of them, like Wale, Ralph, what's his name? Not Pat, the rich guy that looks like he might be into men, that lives rich, that he's going for Giselle's going for him. And it sounds like Giselle's only going for him because he's got money and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. That was Wale. Okay, so, but it wasn't like a big passionate kiss. I think the problem is these girls are such horn dogs, except for Shannon. She's like a prude. And the other 3, well, no, okay, never mind. Giselle and Shannon are prudes, and Countess Luann and Ashley are horn dogs. So I don't know. Kay Kitty says Wale is a bit controlling and possessive, though. You could see that from day one. Yeah, I mean, he definitely knew that he was interested in her. But also, if you've got four people, you're probably going to be able to narrow it down pretty quickly. I mean, obviously, Shannon is 60 something years old. I mean, she was the only one even in the same age range as him. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Melissa says Luanna's hysterical. Why wasn't the hot mess Sonia on this show? Because she's a hot mess. I think she would be waking up at 1 going, okay, I'm ready for hair and makeup. And they're like, dude, we've already filmed for all freaking day. Like these girls are waking up, doing yoga. They're on the beach, eating breakfast. Lisa says, OMG, Dolly girl, keep me posted. I'm so excited. It can't happen fast enough for them to be back on TV. Hallelujah. You must be talking about the Chrisleys. Uh-oh, Christina says, no Chrisleys on TV. PMI, thank you. Payment mortgage interest or something like that. What's it called? PMI. Oh, it's a bad word, whatever that is. Private mortgage insurance. Thank you. Private mortgage insurance is what that stands for. Dolly Girl says, Luann knows how to work it. She's TV gold. They need to make a show for her and follow her around doing her cabaret. It could be a limited series. Oh, I don't hate that at all. I actually think that's super good. I would love to see her dating and how she navigates her free time and with her 2 adult children, with her traveling, with her working. I would love to see that. Yeah, Lou in that bikini. I sort of love that everyone else had like a cover up. She had a cover up on, but it didn't really cover much. And she's like walking in like, hey, I'm here in my bathing suit. I was like, dang. Anyways, okay, so I guess sure Shannon and Earl are gonna keep going after it because she's comfortable with him. But Ashley lying to Ralph about her being on the period because he can't kiss good. I'm just like, I don't know how I felt about that. I feel like Wale, who's the guy that dismissed himself? Was that a guy named Jay? I feel like he should have, and I feel like he did the right thing because I felt like he wasn't seeing any connection. I think he had it out for one person, and when he realized that wasn't going to happen, he was like, "Never mind. Let me bolt. Let me get out of this." Which one is Nick? Medical says don't like Nick. Who is Nick on this show? Is there a Nick? There's so many guys. I didn't like any of the new ones that came at the very end. Maybu says not overly keen on Luann, but her body is fantastic. She is. I just think she's great. I do. Oh, is Nick the one that had his shirt open and like came up to Ashley to take her away? And then the other guy wanted to come with her, and she was like, I didn't say your name. I only said Ashley. Is that Nick? Oh, he was a douchebag. And I'm like, I sort of get it, but it's like, I think they're all just playing up to the cameras too. You know what I mean? I feel like they're acting, and I feel like they just wanted to stay. Like when 2 of the guys who were new, they got kicked off or they didn't get invited to have a key. They weren't given a key to stay. They were already like, oh, we're done. Like it's, and I'm like, yeah, like, Moses. Oh yeah, he did come back. Does she? I mean, again, I think she can like him. I don't think she's into the dude that came looking like Jesus Christ Superstar. Oh, I thought I heard Luna. Luna, are you in here? Lulu, are you in my room, Luna? Can you see Pat? Oh, I do hear you. Where are you? Luna, come up on the bed. I hear her. I can't see her. Our bed is big, so she must be. There's a crate. There's a whole couch for her, and then there's 2 dog beds. So, and then the carpet. The rug in my bedroom. Anyways, Christina says Luann is a perfect example for what happens to your body when you stop drinking. I think she was always lean and mean though. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, they look pretty fantastic. Heather says, I guess that this is as close to a girls trip from Bravo that we're going to get. Can you believe there's no more Ultimate Girls trips? Like, just because one thing went bad doesn't mean you stop the whole damn thing. That would mean you just stop reality TV altogether. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, Luann does smoke cigarettes, which helps her not. And she does love working out. I think she was a natural athlete, so she talks about being an athlete her whole life and doing yoga and stuff. May Boo says, I don't drink at all, but unfortunately my body doesn't look like Luann's. Oh, exactly. Y'all know I don't drink, and I'm definitely not a lean, mean machine like Luann, but I also love eating. I did post, it's not a very good picture. I should have waited till one of my kids or husband took a picture of me, but I could tell this morning whenever I was getting ready that I was like, wow, I have like a tiny waist again. Tiny. I mean, like, if it's like this, it's like it goes in just a hair. But anyways, I did do an update picture from January 13th when I started the weight loss medication to now, May 28th, 4.5 months. So, oh, Janelle says, how's your surgery recovery going? It's going. I'm really hoping when I see the doctor next week that he tells me I can walk on this or puts me in a boot, maybe even that feels more secure. Like, definitely don't want to mess up and fall or do anything like that. So, oh no. Darla says, my Luna ran off yesterday. I was saving a pit bull puppy and she got away from me. Um, did you get her back? Oh my gosh, that terrifies me. Yeah, Amanda says she's drinking. Yeah, I think Luann drinks socially for sure. I just don't think she drinks. I think she just made some rough decisions on that DUI for sure. Anyways, okay, let's talk today's Jeff Lewis Live. On the first hour was Judge Lauren Lake and Doug Budin. We the People got renewed for another 2 more seasons. So that's the show. I think the other one, Paternity, whatever that one was, Paternity, whatever. I think that one's over, but she might still be doing that. One's been on a very long time. That's where it's all about paternity. We the People, I don't know exactly what it's about, but I'm assuming it's just general, kind of like a Judge Judy, like where, anyone can come on for any reason. But Paternity Court was just paternity stuff, which is fascinating that many people got to figure out who their baby's daddy is. Like, it's easy to know who the mama is because, our bellies are the ones that get big. Luna, are you going to come up? Luna? Lulu? She must be dang comfortable. She loves getting up on our bed, so I'm shocked she's not. But I did hear her. She's a stubborn little girl. Anyways, then they start talking about Pop-Tarts. I like a Pop-Tart, but let me know, are you team Pop-Tart or team toaster strudel? Because if you've never stuck a toaster strudel in the toaster and then poured on 1, maybe 2 little plastic containers of that icing, oh my gosh, it's so good. Now, what's worse is when you so I think my favorite of that is strawberry. My kids, when they were little, got into wildberry, which is like a purple one. Oh, I just heard her sigh. She does love to sigh. Luna, it's so hard being you. Oh, I like an Uncrustables, but that's a whole other meal. That's not even breakfast. That's like lunch or I guess it could be breakfast, right? Oh, good. I'm so glad. Okay, Darla says my boyfriend, the younger man, my boyfriend took the puppy to its owner, and my neighbor grabbed Luna for me. Fortunately, she had her leash on. That's good. Oh, Kimberly says Team Pop Tart. The first thing we disagree on. That's hilarious. Oh, and Nick James is like Jameson, and he prefers a raw Pop Tart, so not put in the toaster. So I love a Pop Tart for the convenience. I'm very disappointed in the Pop Tart world that they cannot write the flavor of the Pop Tart on the outside. Because I can't tell you, as a mom, how many times there's been one Pop Tart in a container and I've wanted to just take it out and stack it in my pantry or put it in a bin. But no, all it has is blue words on the outside of it, so you don't know what flavor it is. Well, nobody wants to open one if my husband's favorite is strawberry without the icing on the top, and then my other kids like the strawberry with the icing on the top, or My husband got into the brown sugar one for a while. Brown sugar, is that what it's called? Um, but I mean, I could eat 3 of those toaster strudels, not just 2. That's my problem. Hey, Kitty says, me, I like plain cherry Pop-Tarts with butter toasted. I've never added butter to it. Oh my gosh. Oh, Mayboo says, my 8-month-old grandson sighs all the time. I find it rude when I'm playing with him. I'm fun. That's funny. Uh, oh, of course I love a bear claw, but I love anything with icing on it. So a cinnamon roll, a pastry. Okay, now we're getting into, oh, I love food. Smilene says, I still like Hostess cupcakes, but sadly they make my knees hurt. It has to be all the artificial ingredients. Oh, that's interesting. You know, I had the Today Show on this morning. Hoda Kotb was coming back and doing like a couple of hours stint with what's her face? The Bush girl lady and the girl that loves reading. And anyways, I had it paused most of the time because my kids were in here hanging out with me. But I did see that she was they had a story on about food and how in the 80s, when the government cracked down on the nicotine companies, they bought a bunch of food companies and they treated it the same way and marketed it to young kids, all this highly super processed foods like Cheetos. I mean, things with like no real ingredients in them at all. And now they're trying to take that back and try to make it healthier because they're like, all these other countries have fruit snacks, but they don't have the colors in them. They've got, this without all this. It's just crazy. In the US, just as a free for all. Matter of fact, how is food everywhere else? For those that live in other countries, I know we've got Australia and England on here at least. Because here, I mean, they'll put anything. They'll let kids eat and do anything. Sarah says, what is a bear claw? I'm literally coming to the USA to try all these things and to go to Walmart and Trader Joe's. I love it. So a bear claw, in my opinion, is a rectangular pastry, maybe about that size. And it usually has little lines in it where if it's strawberry, then the strawberry jelly is coming out of, or the filling. If it's apple, then cinnamon, then the apple filling is coming, and then it's got so basically a pastry of some sort. Google bear claw and look at a picture. They're pretty delightful, but it's not really my favorite. What's a morning bun? Morning buns. Heather says, morning buns are why I back out of my bedroom in the morning, Michael. Age is tragic. You mean you don't want to show your husband or boyfriend your butt? Is that what that means? I don't even know what y'all are talking about. Smilene says in England, they use turmeric to make Kraft macaroni and cheese yellow instead of yellow dye. I know. Sarah says America has palm oil and everything too, which we have laws about. I know. Rebecca says it's hard to find these foods with the chemicals over here in Germany. Good, though. That's a better thing. I mean, if you don't ever have the taste for it, the thing is, a lot of these foods literally are made to be addictive. I mean, candy, Diet Coke. I mean, all of these things are so abnormally sweet and delicious and savory that, of course, it makes you want it. You know what I mean? That might be a Danish. What is a bear claw? It's similar. Deja Mano says, I would consider what I described as a Danish, Sarah. That's probably true. That's probably a Danish. I'm not the most into pastries. I'm really into desserts. Dana Maria says, my daughter and I went to McDonald's and ordered some apples to go with our Diet Coke, and they slipped in an apple pie that I split. It was so delicious. I hadn't had one in forever. See, I love apples, but I don't love apple pies necessarily. What is fatting? Euphemism. Dolly Girl says the USA needs laws about the ingredients in food. It's ridiculous. But at this point, I feel like it's like the cat's out of the bag. It's almost like saying fast food shouldn't be open at 4 a.m. Like it's already been open. To take that away, people have gotten used to it. Whereas I don't feel like you should be eating at 4 a.m. You know what I mean? Like if you got to be awake at 4 a.m, plan ahead like people used to do. But 80% of the world doesn't need to be eating at 4 in the morning. I mean, the people need to be up for their jobs. So that's why I give the 20% for lots of those careers where you do have to work 24-hour shifts. Melissa says, love donuts and croissants, but thankfully don't crave them anymore thanks to Zepbound. Me too. That's where the terzepatide is definitely helping me with the cravings for sure. Oh, I haven't heard MSG in forever. Is that what they used to talk about being in Chinese food? Janelle Black says MSG is what gave me migraines. I don't eat it now and my migraines went away. I feel like that's what was in soy sauce or something like that. I don't know. Lisa says I'm eating my key lime pie from Costco. It's delicious. Rebecca says other countries, things must be proven safe before adding to the food. The USA things are added to the food and you need to prove it's unsafe to get it out. Makes sense. Makes sense. Kimberly J says, same. Cravings of donuts are gone. Yeah, my son woke up today and we were doing something. And he said, oh, I wish I would have woken up to Shipley's today. Well, I don't even think. And I normally would have loved some devil's food, Shipley donuts. Oh my gosh. That's the ones where it's chocolate on the outside and then this chocolate filling on the inside. Like, oh my gosh, so good. Darla says, if fast food isn't open, where will we go to eat when we're drunk? LOL. But nobody had that option in the 50s, and they were getting drunk in the 50s. I don't know. Crumble cookie, holy hell, Cecile says. Yeah. So for me, I'm a Pop-Tart. I'm a toaster strudel girl with tons of the icing. My kids used to cut open an icing and eat it, and then we would go to get toaster strudels, and then there would not be enough icing left for it because they always gave you one icing to one toaster strudel. And then Pop-Tarts, I don't think they really put them in the toaster. I think my kids just ate them. Yeah, we're not really much on them being warm. But what's worse than anything is when your toaster strudel gets burnt a little bit, but the inside, the jelly is still cold. I don't like that at all. Don't like that. Oh, Janelle says it's actually in a lot of things besides just Chinese food. Oh, MSG. Is that just like a natural salt? Is that what it is? I don't even know what it is. Yeah. Okay. So Jeff teased that Shane might be an apartment owner soon, but he didn't say me and Shane. So they sort of cleared up again on the second hour. But before that, Jeff, like he did yesterday, so yesterday on Tuesday's show, Jeff saw Annie on her cell phone. And he was like, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, I'm just texting Bryson, good morning. And he's like, yeah, you're at work, so let him know that, and you can talk to him later. I was like, dude, I mean, she's basically standing around to make sure the cameras don't fall. And maybe she listens to the content to see maybe what the video that she's going to make would be about. By the way, have you noticed, are her videos like 20 seconds now? Are they not like 90 seconds like they used to be? I feel like they're not very long anymore. Like this one's 28 seconds, 41, 32. Like these are short, 23. Like they used to be, they're very short now. They're still getting a lot of views because that's one part of his income is where he makes money off of these videos and then also on TikTok. But if they're that short, if he's monetized on TikTok, he's not making that money anymore because on TikTok, unless he has a different program, your videos have to be 1 minute or longer. Let me look at Jeff Lewis. I mean, I don't think he's doing any different. He's got 151,000 followers on TikTok now. He used to not have that many. He follows 5 people. Let's see. He follows Ryan Bailey. He follows Zach Noe Towers. He follows SiriusXM. He follows Bravo, and he follows Tinks. Interesting. That's the only 5 people Jeff Lewis follows. Anyways, but I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I'm sure she knows what she's doing. I mean, she's a social media expert. That's her job, but I don't know. I guess 90 seconds, nobody wants to watch a video that long. I mean, I've literally done a minute videos before, and people are like, why'd you take so long to get to the point? I'm like, it's a minute. Like, you kind of got to explain things. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how people have I mean, I don't either, right? Darla says, I get meals delivered to my home that's designed for my diabetes. Oh, that's good. Like those pre-cooked meals things. Raquel says Jeff monitors the numbers on the views of those videos. So if Annie is not bringing the numbers, he probably will start picking on her. Oh, yeah. But at some point, I mean, like I never blamed, not that I didn't, Annie was employed by me in the fact that she was doing contract work for me, but I wouldn't have I loved the videos Annie did for me and also approved them and also co-produced them and picked out clips for them and all sorts of, ideas and stuff. But if I didn't love all the videos, or if all the videos weren't doing well, I don't think I could have blamed Annie for that necessarily. I mean, it's just a matter of the thing and how it's the algorithm, what have you. I loved my videos that she made. They didn't make me money or even break even with paying her. And that's eventually why I had to stop her because it didn't make sense financially. Sarah says, did your numbers go up when Annie did your videos? No. So I didn't get more followers. I didn't get more anything. So you kind of want when you're doing promo videos, you want either to make money off the videos, which is one idea, but you also want those videos to entice people to come and follow you and watch your podcast, listen to your podcast, because they were all podcast videos. But just dinky old videos that I do by myself, they sometimes do better, way better than hers. But anyway, so I can't blame her for that though, for sure. I don't know if they still have the podcast or not. PJ says, does Annie have a podcast? She had started one with her boyfriend, Bryson, the guy that she's with now. It's called like A to Z or something like that. It's, they've got a little bit of an age gap. So it's something about that, but I don't know if they still do that podcast or not. Um, it takes a lot. Let's see. Annie Sharp. Let's see if I post it. Age Gap Y to Z is the name of their podcast. Oh, oh, well, coincidentally, I look it up. It's called Age Gap Y to Z with Bryson and Annie. On March 19th, it says Goodbye for Now, episode 58. It was 29 minutes long. They announced, Bryson Banks and Annie Sharp announced their podcast hiatus in the final episode of Age Gap, revealing their shifting focus to a secret YouTube project while confessing embarrassing relationship startup habits. Annie admits to strategic shower taking in leg positioning to hide her body, while Bryson exposes Marine Corps wisdom about peeing in Gatorade bottles during military downtime. The couple debates Instagram influencer pay rates after discovering someone earned $45,000 for just 2 reels, with Bryson defending content creators' hard work. Between Annie's book club mishap, where friends accidentally discussed a cunnilingus guide instead of a birthday book, and Bryson's candid vlog of their expensive podcast setup, the Age Gap duo promises to return with a restructured show once their new project launches, leaving viewers with one last dose of their signature chaotic chemistry. Okay, so there it is, episode 58, Goodbye for Now. So that is their podcast name, Age Gap Y to Z. So there we go. Heather says, I've always watched Heather McDonald and would never have thought so also until I witnessed her being vicious to Jill Zarin's boyfriend on her show one day. She immediately had it removed. Oh. Don't know what y'all are talking about. I'm missing all in the comments. Dana Marie says, that's probably true. And no, she was way out of line with our Sarah, but I love her podcast. Maybe she's awful in real life. Anyways, anything over 23 and a half minutes, problematic, Molly says. I don't know what that means. Like we talk for an hour every day. anyways, but the fact that he was picking on her about her phone, and now he says since he caught her on the phone texting Bryson yesterday, that he's paranoid that every time she's on her phone, she's not looking up stuff, she's not looking at numbers, she's not posting for him, she's basically texting people. And I'm like, dang, like, I don't know if she works 8 hours a day or if she works 40 hours a week, but part of that, you have to know people do personal stuff on their work hour, right? Like, or their work, day, I guess you would call it. I don't know. I thought it was a little harsh. I don't know that, hmm, I don't know that Annie's going to love that much nitpicking. Michael Riley says Annie's getting the boot. Cecile says, I love when you go over the hour. Sometimes we're just chatting, right? Doug will let you know about all these free Harvard classes that you can take. And he'll also let you know about what did he say what color he got? I know he said he's had black in the past, and Jeff said, oh, I love the color, but I don't think I heard what he was saying. So, excuse me, for the past 11, 12 years or so, he has leased the same Audi A3. I want to look up what that looks like. Matter of fact, I think I've seen him drive up in his car at the when I met him at the okay, it's like a four-door. So it's nice. A fancy four-door. That's what Doug's car looks like. But I guess he's had the same one, and I guess every 2 or 3 years, whenever his lease goes up, he gets a new one. So now he's got a brand new one with all the latest things on it. And the second hour was MJ and Lakendra Tookes, like books. Lakendra was a lot. I don't know. I want to really like her. She really loves herself. She really thinks people should be wanting to date her left and right. I don't know. I don't know that Jeff loved the very end when he was trying to promote her podcast, Tookes Takes, and she was like, "Oh no, it's not up yet. It might be up today. It might be up tomorrow. It might be up." Oh, this is somebody said, "What does your shirt say?" Is that what your shirt says? This shirt is something one of my daughters got me for Mother's Day a couple of years ago. It says some moms cuss too much. I'm some moms. So, anyways, that's what it says. That's my pretty candle. Look at my fancy candle that my friend Jennifer in Chicago got me. She mailed that to me years ago. I forget what brand it's called. I've only lit it twice. It's beautiful. It's so fancy. Anyways, Lindsay Loves Bravo says, disagree, business owner here, and she only has 2 hours live. She should not be texting her boyfriend. She should be paying attention and working. But I mean, don't you feel like she goes back to his house and works on the video? And so she's probably working 8 hours a day for him. And like, I don't know, if somebody has kids, they're definitely texting their kids or making sure their kids got home from school or checking the daycare cameras. I don't know. I thought it was a bit, I thought it was cringe considering she's texting her boyfriend good morning. I don't know. Cecile says, I've got the news on. I keep looking up because they're talking about some Beanie Baby founder home invasion under investigation. A billionaire break-in. I'm like, wait, what? I guess it's the 4 o'clock. It's only 3:54. Why is NBC News on at 3:54? Isn't this one like Oprah and all those shows used to be on? Now there's no good trashy talk shows. They're all on during the day. They used to be on like 3 and 4 when I got home from school. Yeah, this is like national news. NBC News Daily, it says. I don't even know what that is. I never have the TV on this time. Cecile says, I have a doggy daycare with one dog, and I take him back home after your podcast. He likes when you go over also. Oh, that's so cute. He gets more time with you. That's actually so cute. Britt says, is it just me or is Jeff starting to have little issues with different chumps? I think Jeff is dealing with a lot and lashing out on the chumps. I mean, he had the issue with MJ. He had the issue with Lakendra Tookes, and then they got better again. So I don't know. I don't think he drives very much. Christina says, I wonder how many miles are on Doug's car. I mean, clearly he lives in West Hollywood. You never hear of him talking much about like driving, to Palm Springs or anything for the weekend. I'm assuming he drives himself to LAX, which is also not far. And then he, works from home every day. So I don't know. Charlie Charles says Jeff is a narcissist. He reminds me of the back history they did of Ted Bundy. He gives you a happy face, but he's plotting how he will destroy you. Wow. That's scary. Lisa says, Cecile, I knew you were my kind of girl. I dog sit my ex-husband's dog for play dates with my 7. The more the merrier. Oh, that's so cute. Sarah says, you never watch the news. You must be sick. Oh, I think I'm healthy because I don't watch the news. I watch TMZ. Does that help? Prom goers rescue a family from their burning home. These kids were going to prom and somebody's house started burning. Anyways, okay, I gotta quit watching that. Darla says past trauma can cause people to be spicy. Ooh. Kimberly Joy, Jeff finds something to be bitchy about. Jeff finds something to bitch about when he's ready to fire people. Annie annoys, but for her to check her damn phone, and now he's future tripping about her working hours. Like, calm down, Jeff. Yeah, very interesting. Oh, it was? Oh, Oprah was always on after school when I got home. I think it was 4 o'clock here in Texas. Oprah, Dolly Girl says, I live in Chicago area and Oprah was always on at 9 a.m. for us. God, I love Oprah Winfrey. Love Oprah Winfrey. Lisa says, you crack me up. I'm kind of over Jeff, but I can't quit watching to see what happens next. Yeah. Oh, Lisa says, all dogs need dog friends. I think so too. Whoa, that's a difference. Cecile says, I have a little 8.5-pound Chiweenie and a 50-pound boxer. Wow. Yes. Michael Riley says, Oprah, 4 o'clock, never missed an episode. Love it. Wait, are you leaving? Charlie Charles, have a great rest of the day. Make sure everyone hits the thumbs up before they leave. Thank you, Charlie Charles. Yeah. Darla says, I like dogs better than most people. Yeah, for sure. No, you gonna come up? Hi. I hear you. She might hear my husband coming home. Why is your tail wagging? Are you coming up? Oh, did you hear a shake? Come up, Luna. Why are you being so rude to me? You hear her dog, her tail? I'm trying to get her up. Lulu, come up. Anyways, okay. I need a wiener dog? Why? That's the kind of dog my daughter wants. That's so funny. Now she's up on the bed. No, she's fine down there. Brian got her up. Oh, don't be looking at the dogs on the TV. Jordy says, no, I think Jeff just has a super strong work ethic and he looks down on anyone who isn't the same. Oh, I definitely agree with that. And I think there's people like I watched the TMZ TV show and the guy that hosts it, Harvey Levin, works a lot and that's his whole life and he doesn't have children and I think he's married or in a relationship, but he's got dogs. So I think he expects everyone to work so hard. And, a lot of his people are young and married and have little kids and stuff. And they're like, look, we've got a whole life to go home to whenever we get back. You know what I mean? Maybu says, I've got a cat and the side eye he gives me is rude. So Maybu, what is going on? Because your grandbaby is rude to you. Your cat is rude to you. Like, what the hell's going on? Kidding. Okay, so Lakendra talks about the date that ditched her. I guess she went on a date and the guy ordered a third drink and then he said he was going to the bathroom and he freaking left. So he unmatched with her, whatever that's called, on the dating app that they were on. I guess they'll probably never see each other again, which is very interesting. Another caller called in, caller Ann in Long Island. She went on a date a while back and the guy said, oh, let me get your valet tag and I'll get both of our cars. And she's like, oh, that's so nice, whatever. She comes out and the guy's gone. He had stole her car. He did not have a car there. And then he goes and uses her car in a bank robbery. So she had to go and what do you call it? Talk about whatever the word is. She had to go and file or talk about that at the court case. So crazy. Um, Again, MJ makes the announcement that Shane's condo deal was accepted, and then immediately Jeff is like, "Oh, you got to go get a loan." So that threw me. I mean, I don't know why. What if he can't get a loan? Like, I don't know. What if the loan terms are terrible? I mean, if you get a loan and the interest rate is super high, what's the point of buying a house? Like, I mean, I guess there's a point, but I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't love the Shane and Brogan and Jeff being in business together on a condo. Like, I think that should have only been done if it was like a $10 million house or something. Maybe Jeff should go in with somebody to buy, or well, even $4 to $5 million house. 10 million's a lot. Like he did with Christina, what's her face, uh, to flip that house and split the deals. But also, I'm like, Jeff, you've got the money. I would think, like, why wouldn't you um, just flip it on your own? Make all the decisions 100% your own. Then you get all the profit. Like, I didn't even understand that. Like, if you can't afford that, then just do a smaller flip, make a smaller profit. Lisa says, of course, I used to watch Oprah every day and Wendy. I sure miss some Wendy Williams. Me too. Definitely miss Wendy Williams. Ryan says, Jeff is pushing Shane to buy this condo. Well, it's already done. It's a little too close for comfort. Let Shane and Brogan buy something when they are ready. I mean, I think they're ready. My point is, if they don't qualify, then you got to buy something smaller and then build up to your main home that you want to live in. That's why everyone calls something a starter home. You know, I don't know. I just think it could get dicey, and even more than that. Jeff could be like, well, I don't like the loan terms you got. Don't go with that loan officer. That insurance isn't a good price. Don't go with that insurance. I mean, where is it going to stop with this? I mean, it's like instead of Brogan and Shane making decisions together as a couple, it's going to be Jeff making decisions. I feel like for them, Yeah, Jordy says never go into business with friends or family if it goes south and everything is over. Yeah, crazy. Anyways, well, we are going to wrap it up. I'm just watching the SpaceX thing. I saw that this morning, and the Starship thing imploded in Texas here. But anyways, that stuff is so much money. I'm like, I do not know how they have that much money for that. Michael Riley says, I hope Brogan likes Shane for Shane and not for Jeff perks. I think Brogan and Shane really like each other, but and love each other. I've met them together multiple times, and I see a spark. I see them be so cute together. But I also can't imagine that if somebody's boyfriend works for someone so powerful and has lots of perks, like vacations that Brogan has been invited on to come, I assume for free, because he's staying in the same hotel room as Shane, then that has to be a good perk. You know what I mean? Anyways, well, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up. If you are listening as a podcast, please scroll down the podcast and find the 5-star rating and review. I would very much appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow. I will watch, I'll try to watch The Valley tonight so we can chat about that. So if you haven't watched The Valley yet, it was on Tuesday night. Should be on Peacock and Bravo. So try to go watch it there, and we'll chat about it on Tuesday. Bye. Oh, wait, I love this. Shanda says, I went to an Oprah taping. It was the Mary Tyler Moore show reunion. I took my mom and sister. And my sister's name is Rhoda, named after the show. Just a coincidence. You don't get to choose the show. Oh, I know that. I've been to so many talk shows in New York City, though. Anyway, so cool. I went to one Oprah show here when she was on tour, and it's when Tina Turner performed and wore like this wig and stuff. So that's the one I went to here in Houston. Anyways, okay, bye, Chumpettes. Adore you.